Hey guys, today we are taking a look at the current version of Ripple. This is the Ripple Max. This is their power. We're looking and just kind of being nostalgic about their old. This is the previous version. And this is kind of one of the things I did not even think about when they released this. This is a much better value. Like overall, it's a much better value. You supposedly get 1,000 puffs with each of this in an extremely slim form factor. But after using this, I was like, okay, I'm never gonna go back. And then I used one of the older units and I was like, that is tiny. This has my own kind of like retro vibe. This has a nice sleek vibe. I know this one was only 400 puffs. It's a much better value and they've progressed so much with this one. But let's take a look and compare them back to back, just in case like, oh, I see the old one for sale somewhere. Maybe I'll pick one of those up, or I see this online, I'm gonna go get this, but what am I missing? You know, let's take a look at these two things because I think it's really interesting to kind of go down memory lane and see what we have. We're just gonna pop this out. This is that sleek form factor. Like it is thin. It is a blocky little looking device, but look at that. That is literally, that's it. Can you see? It's so small. It is so small and doesn't want to focus. Can you see the Ripple? Can you see the Ripple name? Oh, it's upside down. That's great. But yeah, this is so small. Who would even smell? Power is that scent. It's that one that really gives you energy. But this is going to be the first big difference between this device and the other one. Let's take a hit. And this is exactly what I remember. When you pull from this old device, its airflow is not as good as the new one. Like it is so much easier to put less effort and to get a better pull from the new device. And that's just basic. So let's see. New device, old device. They both are cool. Like again, rounded off, more square. I'll say something about this one later. Ooh. And again, so with Ripple devices, for the longest time, I was like, I get a lot of the flavor when it's being exhaled. With this one, it's like you get flavor from, you get that minty fresh from inhaling and exhaling. With this one, because the airflow is not as good and you kind of have to do more of a pull, I'm only getting that flavor as an exhale. Now, they did reformulate these. This one feels cooler in general than this one does, even though this one's nice and minty. Again, Power is their most popular flavor, and when they reformulated all their flavors, they added some of that coolness to others, because of course, why wouldn't they? Because this has been just off the walls, just their best seller. Why not add that to different fruit flavors and to other flavors too? Yeah, just better airflow. But then again, look at that size. Tiny, tiny thing. This fits kind of like 1.5 units in here. And I was thinking, for pocket space, they've done an amazing job about making this as flat as possible, and this fits very, very nicely in a pocket. But then I was like, this is tiny. This is super, super, super small and tiny. And we'll get to my point here in a second. And then let's see the airflow from the other end. That's how you act as a diffuser. It has that nice kind of creaminess when you use it as a diffuser. Yeah, it's about the same because it is going to be a little bit harder to push than it is to pull, at least on these units here. All right, so here's what I really am thinking, and I haven't talked to the company about this or anything. I know that they're moving away from these and that they are continuing with these because these are a better value, more bang for your buck. It's just an overall better device. But for me, in the iPhones that I've used, I have my regular size iPhone. I have my Max iPhone, but my most used one is my Mini. And it's always good to have something, you know, the battery life is not so good, it's a smaller screen, there's a lot of things that are not as good as the other one, but that size that's basically like just putting a pencil in your pocket can be just that difference, where you have your device that you're using all the time, you have your little on-the-go device. And okay, this is all on the go, but you can kind of see where I'm coming from, where it's just like, it's another variation. It's another something that you can have in your arsenal. So what I'm thinking is, you keep these are gonna be your best sellers, but you have like, every once in a while, you release one of these as like a special edition, as a throwback, as like, maybe you sample things out, because maybe it's better to sample flavors out. If you're doing like a freebie, like you buy a bunch of these, you get one of these, if you're trying to like get stock out. But I really think that by using these first and then having this, of course it's the better unit, but there is some nostalgia. And I know it hasn't been like 10 years or 20 years. You can still have nostalgia for something that was already designed really, really well. And then the new one's also designed brilliantly. It's just, you can have both. I feel like you can have both. So guys, Ripple, don't throw away your mold for this. There could still be use for this. I think it's pretty fun to kind of have, you know, old and new together. And it's also good to talk about these things because maybe you never knew about these smaller units, maybe you're only familiar with this, or you don't even know that the new one came out. This is just the difference between these two. I think it's pretty interesting, and I really just wanted to take a look at it. Again, better device, better designed, easier to pull, better flavor, more puffs. This is a tiny bit more, but for the percentage of 400 to 1,000, you're much better value. So guys, what do you think? You love the old one, you love the new one. What do you guys have to say? Put everything in the comments section below. Don't forget, whoa, somebody's calling me. Don't forget, I'm on Instagram at m8b9. You can email me at matt8b9@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching, guys. What's the best picture? Which way is upright? I think it's this. That's the image. That's the image right there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.